So if you already sell online and you know what it's like to deal with China and sourcing inventory, then you already know that it is a bit of a pain. And yes, there are ways to make it a lot easier, but it is a pain because when you're trying to quality control your product, when you're trying to get it here and pay freight and get it through customs, there's a lot that can go wrong. Inventory can be held up at customs, and it just completely messes up your business, messes up your cash flow, and just it can be a massive headache. So I'm a huge fan of just having my manufacturing and sourcing my inventory from the US. And so ideally, I would love to have the manufacturing just happen here in the US. And here is how I think that it's going to happen. Robots, all right? I think that once we really get the hang of getting robots into the manufacturing line, then we can really stop giving China so much of our business and stop having all of our manufacturing. I mean, it's pretty much all of our manufacturing at this point. I'm hoping that it would be within the next 10 years. Also, 8 hours a day, right? We have rules and regulations here in the US for labor laws and unions and all that kind of stuff that makes it hard to get a very low cost per hour worker, right? With a robot, you can have a lower cost over the long term, as well as 24/7 manufacturing. Robots don't need breaks. They don't carry their baggage from the past week or something bad happening and now their work quality is suffering. Robots don't have emotions, right? So what always happens with innovation comes more jobs. A lot of people think closed-minded, and they think that, oh, when we replace a job, a human job with a robot job, then that job is done. And I don't believe that way. I really think that if replacing that job will create more jobs. I mean, look at what the internet has done. Look at how many more jobs were created by the invention of the internet, which technically is a robot, artificial intelligence, digital, right? So it connects more people. So I do believe that the jobs will always be there, but people need to adapt and change. The jobs are not going to be the same. 50 years ago, the jobs that were available are not the same jobs that are available today. So people need to be constantly innovating. The first 7 jobs worth automating. So let's take a look at this and you can kind of get an idea of like what jobs are going to be taken by robots. I'm mostly talking about manufacturing because that's obviously a lot of jobs that are already in China. Many of these jobs, it looks like they're pretty local. They're not necessarily in China, but as you can see, restaurant order takers. So you got the McDonald's, you got the people making the food in the back, and you got the people, the servers that are collecting the food. So this is already happening. McDonald's, Walmart, self-checkout. McDonald's has like these massive menus that you can now push in your own buttons. There are a few big burger chains, I think White Castle is one of them, that have already brought in burger flipping robots, and the robots are now manning the grills and they're flipping the burgers. And so we're already starting to see this shift happen, and I'm really excited for it because I really do think over the next 10 years we're going to see this massive shift of robots starting to be more common in our workplace and in our just regular lives. I mean, we got the Roomba vacuum cleaner that will just go around your house and clean your house. And then Boston Dynamics has created this like dog that's like $150,000 robot, and it can help out on construction sites and do all kinds of craziness. But look at here, meter reader. Those are going to be placed by robots here soon. Retail salesperson. Actually, I was in Walmart and I was walking through the aisles, and then all of a sudden I see this massive robot just like strolling down the aisle. I guess it was like a vacuum cleaner or some kind of cleaner. So Walmart is already making the massive shift into automating and relying more on machinery instead of humans. I mean, Walmart has pretty slim margins. They really do have pretty low prices. And so they're trying to automate things and rely more on machines and technology than on people because human labor is getting expensive. The cost of healthcare is very expensive, and you have to, in order to have an employee, you have to pay, you got to give them benefits as far as contributing towards their healthcare, contributing towards their taxes. So employees can definitely get very expensive. And how efficient are they? Right? On an hourly basis, how much work are they getting done? How productive are they versus a robot that can't even think, and it can just, it can think, it can even be smarter than us with its artificial intelligence stuff, but it can work 20 times, 100 times, who knows, way faster than a human and be very precise and make less errors. So it's going to be crazy. But retail salesperson, property manager and real estate agent, telemarketer. Yeah, we need more of those jobs, right? Those are definitely being replaced by machines. I mean, I get so many robocalls, I get robo texts, especially with this whole election. I've been getting robo just blown up with texts. I don't even know if it's a person anymore. Writer and journalist, that's pretty interesting. I could definitely see that being replaced by artificial intelligence. Let's see. In fact, machines are being taught to write an array of pieces such as fairy tale stories and essays. Who knows if some of the YouTube videos that you already watch are created by robots, but I did not think that we could actually have creative jobs taken over by robots and being able to create movies and YouTube videos and writing. I mean, that's going to be crazy when robots start to actually create our media and our news. You know, you have to push yourself as a human, knowing that you could potentially be replaced by a robot. You need to be on your game to find those jobs, learn those skills that are not yet being replaced by robots. Get good at those skills. You're going to have to convince the world of your value. Tesla is using a lot of robots in their manufacturing. Amazon is using a lot of robots in their fulfillment process. So once we can have, like, for small time manufacturers, you know, the small businesses, the small time manufacturing facilities that can't right now afford robots, once they can afford robots, I think we're going to see a massive boom in manufacturing in the US. I'm super excited for it because I am honestly not the biggest fan of buying a bunch of China-made products. I do like to support American-made products, American-made companies. I do like to think that when I'm giving $1 to this company, that's going into a local American's pocket because that's making my economy, my country stronger. I would definitely like it if we weren't so reliant on China, because China then has a lot of leverage over us as a country. And right now we're not in the greatest relationship with China. And I think we need to work on getting manufacturing back into the US, and robots are definitely a massive key to that, and just investing in our own people and humans and labor and trying to figure out how we can get those jobs back here. Maybe there's people that are making the robots until we get the hang of it, and then we have robots making robots. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Click that thumbs up button, and I'll see you in the next one.